It's a job you see pretty much everywhere, from those massive warehouses to the back of your local big box store, the forklift operator. It seems so straightforward, right? But what if I told you it's actually one of the most misunderstood skilled professions out there? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and uncover the surprising complexity behind the wheel. This quote from an operator really just says it all, doesn't it? The job looks like a simple loop of driving, lifting, and dropping, but that's just scratching the surface. We're about to go behind the scenes to really understand the skill, the focus, and the pressure that makes this role such a critical backbone of our entire supply chain. All right, let's just tackle the biggest misconception right out of the gate. The myth that anybody can do it, that it's an easy job, but the reality, well, it's a high-stakes role that demands incredible precision, intense focus, and a total commitment to safety. That's the world we're diving into today. To really get it, you have to look past the machine itself. The job is this dynamic mix of absolutely crucial tasks that honestly keep our entire logistics network humming. So here's the official definition. Sounds simple enough, moving, lifting, stacking. But there's one little word in there that changes the entire game: safely. That single word transforms this from just a driving job into a profession with a ton of responsibility. And just look at the sheer variety of tasks here. This is not one repetitive motion. 1 minute an operator is loading massive trucks, the next they're stacking pallets stories high on racks, and then they're feeding live production lines where every second counts. And it all starts with a meticulous inspection and ends with making sure the whole area is secure. Every single move matters. So, how does all this stuff fit together? Let's walk through what a typical day looks like, which is, you'll see, a highly structured routine from the moment the shift starts to the moment it ends. Before an engine even thinks about turning over, this safety check is absolutely non-negotiable. Every critical system, we're talking brakes, steering, lights, the forks themselves, gets meticulously checked. Skipping this isn't just cutting a corner, it's a huge breach of safety that can put everyone in danger. This kind of procedural by-the-book mindset is essential. Okay, once the shift gets going, the environment is just a whirlwind of activity. I mean, imagine navigating a 4-ton vehicle through aisles that are barely wider than the machine itself, all while you're constantly aware of coworkers on foot, balancing thousands of pounds on 2 forks, and trying to hit your productivity targets. It's this relentless balancing act between speed and safety. And don't just picture a standard warehouse. Operators work on rugged outdoor construction sites, bustling ports, and even in sub-zero cold storage facilities. Each one of these places brings its own unique set of challenges, demanding a ton of adaptability and a heightened sense of what's going on around you. So we've seen what the job is all about, but who are the people that really excel at it? Well, it really comes down to a specific set of skills and, just as important, a particular kind of mindset. This goes so far beyond just being a good driver. It's really about mental skill. You need exceptional spatial awareness, this sixth sense to judge a load stability just by looking at it, and an intense focus to see everything happening around you. The absolute best operators are always thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead of the machine. And to give you a real sense of that responsibility, think about this number for a second: 8,000 pounds. That's 4 tons. That's the average weight of the forklift itself, and that's before you even pick anything up. That is the sheer mass you are in command of for your entire shift. And that weight, well, it comes with huge consequences. The stakes are incredibly high. A single moment of distraction, one tiny miscalculation, and you could be looking at catastrophic results for people and for property. That pressure is on, all day, every day. That constant pressure is the part of the job that we rarely ever see. Physically, sure, it means hours of sitting and dealing with repetitive motion strain. But mentally, the burden of being accountable for everyone's safety and for preventing thousands of dollars in damage, that can be just as exhausting, if not more so. Okay, so let's get practical for a minute. What does a career in this field actually look like? Here's a quick blueprint of the pay, the schedule, and the day-to-day realities of the job. So there's a really clear path for financial growth here. Pay, of course, varies by location and all that, but experienced operators earn a solid wage. And if you can master specialized equipment, like a high-reach truck for those super narrow aisles, that's where you can really see a significant pay jump. Then you add in overtime opportunities, and the earning potential gets pretty strong. The world of logistics literally never sleeps, which means operators are needed around the clock. Your schedule might be a standard 9 to 5, but nights, weekends, and rotating shifts are really common. In our 24/7 economy, being flexible is a huge, huge advantage. Let's weigh it all out. On the pro side, the demand for these jobs is always there. It's skill-based work that's way less punishing than pure manual labor, and it's a fantastic entry point into the whole world of logistics. The cons? Yeah, the tasks can get repetitive, shift work isn't for everyone, and you're always under pressure to perform while navigating the risks of the job. So after breaking it all down, we land on the final, most important question. How do you know if this career is actually the right fit for you? So, what do employers really care about? Well, while experience is great, it often comes second to having the right attitude. They are looking for someone with a safety-first mindset, who is absolutely reliable and has a keen attention to detail. In this job, your attitude can be way more important than your experience. In the end, it really isn't just about moving pallets. Operators are entrusted with incredibly expensive machinery, millions of dollars in inventory, and, most importantly, the well-being of every single one of their coworkers. It is a job that is built from the ground up on trust. And that leaves us with this. The responsibility is heavy, both literally and figuratively. So the real question isn't, can you drive a forklift? It's, do you have the unwavering focus it takes to carry that weight, shift after shift?